Welcome back. It's time for the November Sketch Challenge from the Let's Get Sketchy blog. I was so excited to be one of the guest designers on this month's challenge. I hope you'll go out and see the Let's Get Sketchy blog, and I'm featuring the page I created this month. I'm Emilee, and you found Emilee's Paper Caper, where we're all about scrapping our stash and getting some pages done. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Hit the subscribe button and bell icon now. So for this sketch challenge, I had recently taken a free class on scrapbook.com. It's a Vicki Boutin class, completely free, about acrylic painting ideas. And I used a dry brush and color wash technique that was featured in lesson 2 on this page. I will link below in the description to this month's sketch on Let's Get Sketchy, as well as to this class in case you want to check it out. So let's take a look at the layout. Here is a closer look at the sketch. I'll put that up in the upper left corner of the screen. So after taking the Vicki Boutin class on scrapbook.com, I decided to create a background for a page featuring a photo of my mom on her front porch. We took a fall photo. She had gotten a pumpkin and the trees were so beautiful. The weather was perfect. And I usually put more than one photo on a page, but in the case of this, I want to just do a nice page for fall featuring this one photo. I'm using some orange acrylic paint, and I'm going to be doing first a dry brush on one of the halves of the page, and then I'll go in and do a wash with the same color acrylic paint. This is the first time I'm trying this technique, but I thought that it would be simple and easy, and also that this orange color would be a nice complement to the fall colors in the photo. So with the dry brush technique, you literally just spread that paint with a brush that is completely dry. Kind of gives an interesting look, and this is a neat thing to do for your scrapbooking backgrounds because it's not added water. It will dry very fast. So you could completely do a background with this dry brush technique and have it ready to scrapbook on very quickly. After I finish this half, I'm going to try the washing technique, the water wash technique with the same color acrylic paint. My hope is that the difference in the appearance of the paint will create an interesting textured background. I will have to wait for this upper half of the washed paint to dry before I can scrapbook it, but sometimes I can put my patient hat on and just wait for something to dry a little bit. So I did this in a matter of minutes, and it's done. Now I just have to wait for it to dry, and I'll go back in and add the photo and other elements on the page. Since the craft paper that I used to paint on was a little flimsy, I decided to trim a little bit from the edges and then mount it on another brown paper. Now I am mounting my photo. I'm using one of the photo mats that I have on hand here. And I'm going to place the photo in the center of the page. I think this will kind of be somewhat of a title page for our fall pages this year. I'm going to create a small journal spot with this little journaling piece of paper. I'll mount it on the brown cardstock. I'm going to keep the journaling here very simple since this is a title page. I'll just put month and year on the little journal spot. I've just grabbed some paper scraps to mount the little journal spot on. Create a little bit of layering on this page with this element. Since it is a simple page, I can just enjoy the creative process and use some of these scraps at the same time. Off camera, I've gotten the photo and that journal spot adhered, and now I'm going to go in with the page title. I've had this sheet of stickers in my stash for some time, so I'm going to go back and mount letters on some paper scraps and then go in and adhere them to the page, so my title will become Autumn Happiness. I also used fall colored paper scraps to punch some leaves. Now I'm going in with some liquid adhesive and I will get these leaves scattered across the page. I want to kind of show some motion across the page and visual interest. So I just randomly am adding these spots of glue so that I can adhere those punched out pieces. It is so fun to use paper scraps in this way, and it's a perfectly themed fall page with these addition of these leaves. Here is a look at the completed page. I also added some larger leaves that I cut from paper scraps with a leaf template. If you are wanting to continue to scrap your stash with me, check out the other videos I've done using sketches. Let's keep on scrapping our stash.